Okay, I'm doing things a little backwards. This is supposed to come after the video I just recorded, but I'm tacking it to the front because this is so basic. This should be done first before starting the rest of the programming. Make sure screen is, well, when you first start, you'll see screen will be the only thing up there. Go down, scroll down, and right, oops, I scrolled too far. Opening screen animation, put none unless you have one you want to use. I don't, so I put none. And then set an icon. Now let me go here real quick. Oh, here we go. I found an error page. Icon should be 512 by 512 or 96 by 96, 24-bit PNG formats. Now the reason I'm putting this beginning, the video goes through. I think everything's great. Well, I have 3 minor mistakes I quickly correct because I wasn't paying too close attention. But I get everything working great. Then I go to build the app and I get a bunch of errors. Why? Well, because I didn't set a icon, which it needs, and I set the title, but I didn't set the icon or the on-screen open screen animation. I didn't set it to none. So once you do those 2 things, and then after that will be the main video recorded. Everything will go great, and then, of course, at the end, maybe I'll cut out the part where it doesn't doesn't compile. But anyway, let you know everything else is fine, and just adding an icon fixed the errors I had, and now I have the program on my phone. It runs just like any other app. So that's it. I'll wait a couple seconds, and then the main video will start. So we'll start in 3, 2, 1, now. About my 30th time trying. First few times I'd get nervous, trip over my words, and then couldn't understand. I even myself couldn't understand what I'm saying or trying to say. Almost like kind of now. Anyway, then a whole bunch of other times I'd run into a problem, fix it, or think I fix it, run into another problem, and while having 2 or 3 problems in a video is fine for most cases, I was getting to the point where anybody watching would go, "Hey, fix that problem before you record the video, you moron." Anyway, I've got the program down packed. I have everything, but because my memory is crap and I made some changes last minute, let's see, this is the programming. Oops, scroll to the top. I'm going to actually do 2 sessions, and here, let me duplicate this tab. Okay, we'll go here. All right, I'm gonna start so you can make it along with me, because the best part of learning is doing, and I like to, as we're going along in the program, test it out every once in a while after we get a function or procedure finished. So start new project. I'm just gonna call it my initials plus text. Yes. Let's see, I think the other one is TBS Text YT for YouTube. Yep. Okay. And any second, this or this one will ask me if I want to do 2. There we go. Continue both sessions. Continue multiple sessions. Okay. So as you can see right now, the top says screen 1. It's screen 1. Scroll down to title, and name your program whatever you want. Okay. Now, last video I gave some links for extensions. Go to where you download them, and let's import them. Okay, now just put them on the phone, and you'll see they'll go underneath as non-visible components. 2 more non-visible components will be under storage, do file, then user interface, notifier. Okay. Now, first thing, if you play around, you'll notice that anything by default is vertically stacked. So see, I can go on top or bottom, but I can't go on the side. So delete that and that. So if you want to stack things side by side, go to layout and you have horizontal arrangement, or if you can't fit it all, then horizontal scroll arrangement. So there's going to be 5 horizontal arrangements. We'll put 4 at the beginning. Okay, go to layout. Now, I mean user interface. Okay. I want to make these all width-wise fill the parent. We're going to add one more layout later. But for now, 4 is fine. These 4 are fine. Fill parent. Now the very top one, I'm going to make the background color light gray. And then I'm going to add a text box. I'll make that light gray too. I'm going to rename this. I like to use, what is it called? Hungarian notation? Or I forget exactly. It's something that modern programmers, a naming convention they don't like you using, but I still use it from time to time anyway. BTN for button. No, because it's a T box for text box. Okay, this is going to be the folder text box for loading or saving things. Delete the hint. We're going to make the width 50%. Where it is? There it is. And you got to click enter. You can't just hit OK when you click inside the percent or the pixel box. Another text box right next to it. Rename it text box file for the file name. Background light gray. Width 50%. And going back here for the text, this one is just going to have a forward slash because we're going to start out in the root directory I'm not sure what iPhone is. This is for Android. Click over here, text, and most programs do this, entitled text. Okay, that's going good. Let's save that. Okay, next is going to be 4 buttons, and there'll be 3 of them will be 20% width, and 1 will be 40%. That'll, if you care about filling out the width 100%, then if you don't, then you don't have to set the width. So, button new for a new file. Text will be new. The width. Oops. Okay. 20%. Next button will be open. Huh. I thought I pressed enter even though I didn't. That's weird. Okay. Or not enter, but thought I clicked the OK button. Third button will be save. And the last button will be find and replace. Find space / space replace. And this will be 40%. Oops, 40, not 49. Now, it looks a little bit off screen there. However, okay. I'm going to connect. You should be connecting to your emulator if you have, or you can connect to your phone if you want. All right, give me a second. That's going a little bit slower than usual. That's weird. Okay, there we go. All right. So, it's actually... Oh, I didn't do 20% here, it looks like. Okay. That's weird. I thought I got them all. Okay. No biggie. Boom. I see how kind of... On here it shows it's a little bit off the screen, but On your actual phone or emulator, you'll see it's just fine. Okay. Now we're going to have some buttons that will be invisible when the program starts up, and under here will be a couple of text boxes invisible. And we're going to, since we have the space now, lay out one more horizontal arrangement for a little bit later on. Width, fill parent. Come on, there we go. Okay. User interface. All right, so button, I think there were 23%, except the last one's 20 or 31%. Yeah, I'll give that a try. Okay, so this button here is going to be button find. When you're searching for something, this will find the very first instance of it. Okay. This will be find next, and it'll find each additional instance of what you're searching for. Then replace. We'll replace things one at a time. Nope, percent, not pixels. 23. And then over here will be button replace all. Actually, let's see what this looks like before I resize. Okay, yeah, it needs to be a little bit bigger, actually. See, it goes off here. However, if you look, let me bring it back up again. You'll see actually it's not taking up the entire space. So I do believe I'll try this at 31, which I think is what I did yesterday. Most of the time when I would record this, I wouldn't change any of the widths, but the very last time I decided to go ahead and play around. 31. There we go. All right. See now? Actually, that's a tiny, tiny bit. Let's go 32%. There we go. And that's, there we go. These all now fit 100%. Okay. Now these are going to start off invisible. So what you're going to do for that is you're going to go to height and you're going to hit 1 pixel. Okay. On the screen, the background, the layout stays, and if you select a button that's kind of in green, however, it's completely invisible on your phone. So I see actually a little bit of an outline. That's almost invisible. Now will be the 2 text boxes, one for searching and one for replacing. So I'll take a text box, put here, rename it tbox find, width 50%, and text box replace. Tbox replace. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Let me do this first real quick. If you want, go to find hint. You can put a hint, type a hint in if you want. Text to find. And here, replace with. All right. And then we're going back here. I got something in my throat, that's why. Hold on a second, I'm going to pause. Okay, still a loud cough. Didn't want to do that on camera. All right. So anyway, text box find. The height. No, percent pixel. 1 pixel. Height. Percent again. 1 pixel. Yeah. Okay. Now, there are going to be 2 buttons, and they're going to have to do with, when you click the open button, it's going to open a file explorer, or I guess in Java it's a file picker for you. Or Explorer's Windows, I guess, call it Explorer or Picker or whatever Linux calls it. Anyway, so one button is going to be button up. Text is going to be up one level. When you're navigating along, if you go inside folders, directories, subfolders, subdirectories, up one level, of course, will take you one above until you reach the / root, in which case you can't go up any further. And we're going to make the width, what is it, 50%? There's only 2 buttons, so... oops, silly me. There we go. Okay. Button. This is when you select the file to open. Okay. Select. And the width, 50%. And these are also going to be 1 pixel high to start out with. Oops. I'm getting ahead of myself. I pressed the 1 button and click the height. Okay. 1 pixel. So it looks like that on here, but like I showed before, if you look at your phone, it's all invisible, so nothing going on there. Okay. Now, 2 more things, and you don't need any layouts for these. We're going to do a list view, and when it's empty, it doesn't show, so we don't need to set the height to 1. I'm going to call it LV Explorer, because I'm used to Windows. You know, call it whatever you want. Don't call it whatever you want, obviously. And then I'm going to get the final text box. This will be the main text box. We're going to click multi-line, allow that, and the height and width are going to be fill parent. Okay, we've got the design part done. Oh, let's delete the hint. Oh, and I'm going to rename it text box main. See, it kind of looks funny there, but if you... Oops, let me bring that. Okay. See, it looks pretty normal on your actual phone or emulator. Okay, now that that's done, let's go into blocks, which is the programming. Now, this is where I'm going to have to... So I remember things, go into blocks of my other one. I remember most of it, but there's just minor things that if I forget, it'll screw me over. Okay, so it starts with asterisk. That's a horrible name, I know. But it's a variable that tells you if the file name has an asterisk in front. Why will it have an asterisk? When you type, if there's not an asterisk, it'll put one there so that if you click new or open or you close the program, first it'll ask you if you want to save your file. So we go to variables, initialize. Now, hopefully you guys are much better. Wait, that's logic. I'm going to put that false right away. I just do this because it's super descriptive. And I know real programmers look at me and go, ah! So we do that, and then I believe... Okay, so we do a procedure, which will just, when called, will join the folder text and the text file text. This is used multiple times, so I'm saving a little bit of space, optimizing for space over speed, but the differences are probably minor. Anyway, this makes the program just a tiny bit smaller. Wait, did I get the right one? No, I didn't. Okay. I grabbed what in Visual Basic would be the sub when I want the function. Okay. Okay, now text has a join. At the very top, here we go. We're going to take text box folder text. And as you can see on any of these, when you click, you'll get properties to either grab the properties to read or write to them. And at the very bottom is the object itself, which sometimes you'll use. I'll show you later. We'll use. Okay, so text box file text. Okay, good. I'm going to do all this in the order that I did originally, just that way I won't make any stupid mistakes like I did in the last video, which I had to stop and start all over again. Okay, so when screen initializes, okay, yeah, start and, okay. So screen 1, when the program starts, this initializes. So anything you want to do when the program starts, you put in here. Two things I want to do is go down here to Taifun, not sure how to pronounce that. Anyway, Taifun, whatever, is also a moderator or I'm forgetting the word above a moderator. Anyway, over in the Nitron community message boards. Anyway, we are going to start a text change listener. And the text box, so we go to main, text box main. This is what I was saying earlier, is at the very bottom, sometimes you just want, there we go, the object itself, none of its properties. So what this will do is, well, first, wait, before I get to that, real quick, let me just do the next thing under initialize. So we go to File, and we're going to set the scope of our loads and saves to legacy. This allows you to start at the root directory. I had a lot of fun playing around with this, trying to figure things out. I'm not going to get into it. It's a little confusing for me even. Okay, so as I was saying a second ago, whenever you type inside the main text box, and you can have these for multiple boxes, but I'm only using this for a text box, it will call the, scroll all the way up after text is changed. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a check. So we're going to do control, we're just going to do an if then, no else. If, we're going to do equals here. Variable get, if gets with asterisks, equals true, no, false, we want it to be false. If it's true, we don't want to do anything. If it's false, we want to add an asterisk. Then, text box file, we'll set the text. And we're going to join. So go text all the way up, join. And any strings or characters, you click that in here and type whatever you want. So asterisk, enter. And then we're going to get the text box file text and add it to that. Okay. Whenever you type now, it will add an asterisk. So let's just save as we're going. Project save. And if you want to test it out, click in here, press B. Okay. Oh, no, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, that should work. Oh, I do want to add, though, that I forgot. We're going to set starts with asterisk to true. However, that does not explain why it did not work. All right. Okay. So when you type, okay, wait, let's compare. If it equals false, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm doing everything 100% right. Let's connect, refresh companion screen. Let's try that again. Okay. What the ever-living? Initialize starts with asterisk, false. Okay. Screen 1, initialize. Oh! And if you don't pay close attention, you'll make stupid mistakes. All right, I'm going to leave this. There's only one mistake. I'm going to leave it in. Hopefully this will be the only mistake. I did stop. I needed to start. Duh. Okay. Start text change listener. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right. So let's refresh. Okay. Save. Okay, only error, I swear. Didn't pay close enough attention. Press any button. Okay, there we go. As you can see, there's now an asterisk. I'll get rid of all that by refreshing. I'll get rid of the asterisk and the text I typed. Okay. Moving on. I'm going to set up a procedure which is going to change the sizes of the 4 buttons, these 4 buttons, and the 2 text boxes to either show or hide them. So again, I'm horrible at naming stuff, so hopefully you got a better name. Find replace sizes. So actually it should be heights anyway. So I'll give it the horrible name. Find replace heights. Now to add arguments, all you do is click here and just start putting them in however you need. And you can rename them if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm just going to leave them like that. That's fine. I mean, you can change them if you want. So we're going to go here, and we're going to go text box button find. We're going to go height. Oops, too low, far. There we go. Okay. We're going to set the height. And this X means it's not set. It's letting you know and see there's a warning. But that's okay. We can click these, stack these up, and then we can go back and fill them. So okay. I gotta run on a little bit, get that. Okay. Oh, I scroll too much? Scroll too much. Okay. Now, in order to get the arguments to these, you just hover the mouse over and then grab get X, get X2, and so on. Okay. Now, the next one should be the find replace button, I believe. Yeah. Okay. I remember that. So when you do button find replace, scroll very top. When it's clicked, we're going to do an if then else. And first we're just going to check the height of button find. Oops, wait a minute, where'd it go? There we go. Don't do anything with it yet because we're going to do a compare. We're going to use math because we're going to compare to another number. So we grab this. Okay, if height, go back into math. Here we can grab any. If it's a 1, then we're going to call this and set the heights to the proper, which is the buttons are 40 height and the text boxes are 32. I'm going to duplicate this. Duplicate. Duplicate. Actually, you know what? This is what we need if everything is showing. We want to hide it again. So actually what I'm going to do is this. We're going to duplicate this whole thing. Put it under the else. So there. That hides if it's... Okay. So if it's hidden, we show. If it's shown, we're hidden. Going back here, up here, we click inside and change the first 4 numbers to 40. And then the last 2 are text boxes, so they go 32. Okay, let's save. Okay, bring up your emulator or your phone. Watch this. Click Find Replace. Hey, look at that. Click it again, it hides. Show high, show high. All right. Next, I believe we should be doing the find and then find next, and then replace and replace all. So let's make sure I did that right. I want to do this in the same order as I did this. Okay. So local Location is a variable I did in order to help keep an error from occurring. So I'll explain that in a second. So this isn't a bad name. Actually it should be location though, I believe. So we'll do that. We'll set it off as 0. So what I'm doing in find and find next is the Taifun extension allows you to set the cursor in a text box. The first character in any string in here, including text boxes, is 1. So you can't place it as 0. So this is going to search for a word, and if it finds it, it'll give the cursor location. If it doesn't find it, it'll give a 0. So we'll check this to see if it's 0. If it is, we won't do anything. If it's not 0, then we'll set the cursor where it needs to go. Okay. So let's go with the where is it? Button find. When click. Okay. Okay. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to set and location, and then text has. We're doing the text first because starts at finds the first instance of something, and I did a procedure that finds all the. You can set the starting index to find all further instances of what you're searching for. So text will be the main text down here, text box main, text. Piece is what it's searching for, and that's in text box find, text. Okay, now we'll do an if then, but no else. Scroll up to the very top. Okay, so we're going to see if location is greater than 0. So we're doing math. So we can do this, and then we can change this to greater than. And then get location. If location is greater than 0, then we're going to do two things. First, we're going to have the text box request focus. And then we're going to go this here, click that, and set, oops, I scrolled down too far, set cursor at. The text box, of course, is the main text box down here, so, and position will be global location. And I can actually just right click, duplicate. Okay, now the one weird thing is that the cursor, sometimes it doesn't really show up at all on here. Sometimes it's light gray, sometimes it's dark gray. I don't know why the differences are, but we're just going to test this real quick as we go. Might as well save it too while we're at it. Save project. Okay. Show that. Okay. So I'm just going to go like say QWERTY and then ABC. Okay. I'm going to type ABC in here because that's what I'm searching for. I'm going to click find. Now, on my phone, when I look at it, I can see the cursor right in front of the A. On here, you can't see it, but it is in front of the A. Of course, if you're doing this at home, you'll have your own emulator phone. You can see that it should be working just fine. So, we're going to go on next. I say so a lot, don't I? I gotta quit saying that. All right. I'm going to refresh, get rid of all that. The next button is going to be the find next, and that will use my procedure. Okay. That's, if you heard meowing up anytime, that's one of my cats wanting some attention or food or both. Okay, so what we're going to do is, to find next, we're going to set whatever location, we're going to add a 1 to it, so that it'll find the next instance if there is an instance. Okay, so variable, set, location, 2, and we're going to do math. We're going to get the plus here. Okay. Duplicate, get global location, plus 1. Okay. Now, we're going to set global location again, this time using, it'll be like, like this, but it's going to use my routine, which has slightly different parameters, except the very last one. Anyway, so variable, we're going to set global location to, scroll down, okay, JBS text 1, JBS are my initials, if I didn't say it before, index of. Okay, so the main text will be starts at for the built-in routine. Subtext is piece, so it'll be whatever's in find. And location, duplicate global location. It was the last location if anything was found plus 1, or 1 if nothing was found. And then once again, we can actually just duplicate this whole block. Duplicate, because it has all the rest of the code that we need. Okay, project save. Okay, so to show, let's go A, B, C, QWERTY, A, B, C, space A, B, C. Okay, find replace. We want to find A, B, C. All right, find the first one. And look, see, it's a light gray. You can kind of see it here. Okay, find next. Oh, yes, I completely forgot. Find next. It's always off by 1 for some reason. So what we have to do is move this. Actually, delete it. And we're going to just duplicate this. All right. Project save. Okay. So let's try that again. So ABC, the very first one. Okay, you can see. Find next. There we go. It's right in front of the A. Right in front of the A. Okay, great. And I'm going to leave these. I'm not going to reset these because we can use this for both replace and replace all. Replace and replace all is easier to program than these two work, because all you got to do is, so we'll go to button replace. If click, we're going to set the main text. So go down to set main box text. And we're first going to use my procedure because it does it one at a time. The built-in one only changes everything all at once. So we go back to JB1 text, replace first. It's called that because, yeah, we replace the first instance, but once that's changed, then the second instance is now the first, and after that, third instance now the first, and so on. Okay. So we can duplicate the very first 2 boxes from index of because we want the main text. Original would be the subtext up here. The original text is in text box find, and replace, of course, will be in text box replace. Okay, project save. Okay, bring this back up again, and we'll test. I'll show you. Okay, ABC. Let's replace it with 1, 2, 3. Okay, replace, 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 and nothing happens after that because there's nothing else to replace. Now I'm gonna leave all that because we're gonna do the replace all. So button replace all, scroll up to the top, grab click, set the main text. There we go. Oops, try again, there we go. And we'll use the built-in replace all text. And it'll use the same 3, so we can just duplicate. So this has the text box text. Segment is what I call original. And replacement is the same on both. Okay. Let's save our project. Bring this up. Now I want to replace 1, 2, 3 back to ABC again. Replace all. Ta-da! It works. Okay, I'm going to refresh the screen and get rid of all that because we're done with all that now. Okay. The next should be the open button, I believe. Let me replace. Yeah, okay. Okay. Toggle Explorer will open or close the buttons in list view for Explorer. I'm calling Explorer, the file picker, or whatever you want to call it. So Toggle Explorer, let's see. Hide elements, yep, okay. So procedure. Oh, whoops. I thought I got the procedure, but instead I deleted the whole thing. Try again. There we go. I just call it toggle because it shows or hides. Those are only two reasons I use this for. So it's going to be button up height. Whoops, too far. There we go. Okay. Set the button up height. Whoops, doesn't always want to do that the first time. Set the button select height. See, right now I'll have to let go, click it again, and now I can stack them. And we're going to set the elements for the Explorer. All right, come on. All right, now we're going to have 3 inputs here. Okay. No, there we go. No, not 2. Wrong one, try again. There we go. All right, let's save. Okay, old name. When you open up the, well, I'm going to call Explorer. When you open up the Explorer, you might change it. You might select a different file name. However, if you decide not to open a file, then when you close it, this will hold whatever's in the file, text box file. And if you don't open another file, if you click another file, the text box will change to the new file. But if you close this without selecting a file, it'll go back to the old name. So here, I'll show you. Okay. Up here, variables, initialize. It's gonna be text, and it's gonna be empty at first. So let's initialize it to an empty string. That's fine. All right. So button open. When you click it, it's gonna check the button height of the up one level button. If it's 1, it's gonna show everything, and it's gonna set the old name to whatever's in the text box file text. If everything's showing and it's gonna close it, it's first gonna set text box file text back to the old name and then close everything down. All right. So if button open is clicked, there we go, or when it's clicked, I should say. If then else. Okay, we're going to do math and equals because we're going to check the height of, scroll down to button up. There we go. We're going to check and see if it's a 1. Okay, if it is, then first we're going to set old name to the file text. And if everything is shown, we're going to hide it again. And you didn't click anything, select anything. Then we're going to set the text box file text to, and we're going to get the old name. Okay. Then it's okay. We're going to get the toggle explorer. So if it's hidden, what we're going to do is math. We're going to go, button's going to be 40. Oh yeah, I can just duplicate that. 40, 40. And this, okay, I got to make sure I do this right. We have list directory, legacy folder. Okay, yeah. So go down to file, and it has list directory. We're going to change this to legacy. And for the directory, we're going to go whatever in the text box folder Folders and directories, same thing. Anyway, text. Okay. Now if we're closing everything, we'll reset the text box file name back to old name. And then we'll recall. We will call again this, and we're going to duplicate the 1 here because we're going to set this back to 1, back to 1, and we're going to close the LV Explorer. We're going to set the elements to empty. So what we do is we go to lists, create an empty list. Okay, save project. Okay. Now bring this up again. Open. Ta-da! Up one level doesn't work yet, and select doesn't work. And in fact, none of this works at the moment. It opens it up, but see if you click anything, nothing happens. So let's click open and hide all that. Okay. Now we're going to get to making the Explorer actually work. So let's see, which one am I doing first? Okay, so we're going to have chosen, which is the, here, I'll better explain if I just show you real quick here. If you select any of these, anything, file or folder, that'll be chosen. It's actually chosen, well, actually here. Chosen is going to be whatever is in the folder plus your selection. And then it's going to check to see if it's a file or folder. So let's initialize chosen first. Chosen. It's going to be text, so we'll make it blank. Okay. As I was showing, if inside the LV Explorer, if you click on anything, it will then go to after picking. Okay, so after picking, we'll set chosen, yeah, to folder plus the selection, whatever you selected. So go back up top here, variables, set chosen, and we're going to join 2 different strings. We're going to get the text box folder text. And then we're going to go scroll down here, LV Explorer selection. Whatever you clicked on. Okay, next should be an if then else, right? Yep, if then else. Okay. It's going to see if it's a directory. If it is, it's going to change the directory, what's listed in text box folder, and then it's going to repopulate the LV Explorer. If it's a file, it's just going to change the text in the file name box. So if is directory, yeah, okay. So if then else. Control, go there, if then else. So file will have the is directory. Make sure this is it, legacy, the file scope. The path is going to be joined. Actually, wait a minute. Let me see if I did this. Yeah, okay, so we're just checking chosen. That's part of the reason, too, why I did a variable, is it's used more than once, so it saves a little bit of memory if you set the variable and then use the variable multiple times. Okay, so legacy and then get chosen. Okay, variables. Get, the path is get chosen. Okay, so if it is, then we're going to set the folder to, we're going to get chosen and add a / to the end of it. So text box folder, set text, and we're going to join. I did this without doing chosen, and not only do you use these two, you join these two twice, but actually there's 3 joins here for adding the the forward slash, so it actually saves a little bit of space in one join. Use one join instead of two. So variable. Actually, I could have just right-clicked and duplicate, but whatever. And then we're going to add a forward slash. Okay. Okay. And then we're going to set the elements. I believe we should be, yeah, to list directory. Okay. Folder text. Yep. Okay. So go to LV Explorer. We're going to set the elements. Oops, I scrolled down too far. We're going to set the elements to, and then we're going to list directory. So go under File, List Directory, Legacy, Get Chosen. Yeah, Get Chosen. Duplicate. Okay. Now if it's just a file, we'll just switch out the, so we'll go to text box file, set the text there. And we're going to set it to selection. Okay, save, but don't test yet. Because we're going to do the button up. And then we will do the test. Okay. So yeah, let's see, make sure it's not. If, then parent, and folder. Okay. So we go to button up. If you click it, it's going to check and see if we're at the root directory, and if not, we'll go up one directory to the directory above called the parent directory. So if we are at the root directory, we're not going to do anything, so there's no else. We're comparing text, so we do that. We'll put not equals. Then we will go text box folder text. If it does not equal, grab that, click forward slash. Then let's double check, make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, we'll set the text to the, okay, yep. We'll set the folder text. Right there. So go to JBS FNF, that's file and folder, parent, and we are doing, actually we can just duplicate that. Okay, and then we are going to set the elements. Where are we? There we are. We'll duplicate that. We'll make one change to it. We'll delete this. Duplicate that. Okay. Save. All right. So let's test this. Open. So let's say Android, okay, data. Now, technically we're running, if I can find it. Oh, I went too far. This is, okay, there we go. Technically this is where the program is supposed to be running in. But anyway, these are, I'm not going to go further. It's going to go up one level, up one level, up one level. We're at the very top, we can't go up anymore. Okay. And that works perfectly. Okay, now we're going to get ready for saving, doing a new file, or opening a new file. Okay, we can remove asterisks. Okay, I did this a few different ways, and now in the end this seems to work the best, so So go up here. Because when you, well, I guess actually under Android you can save a file if it has an asterisk in front, but that's not the point. The point is just to remind you, when you save it, you want the asterisk to go away first. At least I do. So, oops, I keep saying so all the time. All right. Okay. And this will be super easy. Barely in it. Oh, wait, no, I get sued. Set the text. And then go up here to text. We're going to replace all. So, text. Segment will be the asterisk that we're searching for. Actually, just duplicate that first, because we're going to leave this blank. Asterisk enter. So we got rid of it, and then we got to set the variable starts with asterisk to false, because it no longer starts with an asterisk. Logic false. Oh, and remove asterisk. Okay, it's about 20 minutes when I have to go to bed and I have work tomorrow, so let's see if we can finish this. This is going a little longer than I expected, but that's alright. I've barely stumbled over my words and I've only made one mistake, so this video is a success. Almost done. Okay, already saved. I'll explain that as we're making it. So go over here. If you go to save a file and the file name already exists, if already save is true, then it'll save again just automatically. If it's false, it'll ask you if you'd want to override it. And already saved will start out as false because it isn't already saved. Save file is a variable when it'll check to see if you want to save or not save a file, and this will be true if you choose that you want to save it, and false if you don't want to save the file. You'll see more how that works as we go on with some more blocks in a few minutes. Okay. And save file is selected with the save or not procedure. Okay, let's do save or not path. And this is one of those instances where I change the name of the input. Okay. Alright, so let's see. First what we're going to do is, okay, yeah, we're just going to always reset it to 0. I mean false. When we start this, save file, it will be false. Okay. We're going to see if the file exists. If the file does not exist, we're just automatically going to set this to true. Actually, I'm sorry. Yeah. If the file does not exist, we're going to set this to true. If it does exist, we're going to check and see if already saved is set to true. If it is, we're going to set save file to true. If it's not, it's going to call and show a message asking if you want to overwrite the file, and now set to true or false. So one thing at a time. So let's do if then else, and then if not exists. Okay. If then else. Logic we will do if not. I want to get the easy stuff out of the way first. That's why I do not. So file, and then scroll. Let's see exists. Oops, I scrolled too far. There we go, right there. And change this to legacy. Okay, the path I believe should just be, oh, get path. Oops, did I not? Hold on 1 second. I did a variable which Oh, no, 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 no. I feel silly. This is the path that you, oops, pass in. It's the argument. Okay. I got confused myself for a second. Okay, so if the file does not exist, we simply set it to true. Don't do anything else. That's fine. Actually, let's just duplicate this and switch this to true. Bada bing, bada bing. Okay. Then we do an if then else here. So if now we're going to check the already saved. So we go to logic. This equals here. Variable get already saved. Let's see. And am I checking for? I'm checking for true. Yeah, because if it's already saved as true, then we just need to set this to true and do nothing else. This is the very last thing we try if the file exists but already saved has not, or if it's false. So let's go logic true. Then right click duplicate. And it should be, okay, yeah, show. Okay, so notifier shows a dialog. And I'm showing a choose dialog. Go up here. Very top. Duplicate and populate all these with the message file exists. Overwrite. Leave the title, call it whatever you want. I'm bad with titles, so I'm just leaving it blank. Then button 1 text will be yes. Button 2 text will be no. Now, when something is chosen, you'll see notifier after choosing. There's also after canceled, but this will only, right now already saved is false. And if you click yes, it'll change it to true. If you click no or cancel, it'll just stay at false. So we're going to do a if then. Text, we're going to compare text. If choice. And we're going to right click and duplicate yes. And then we're going to right click and duplicate save or set this to true. Okay. Yeah. Okay, possibly save file. If save file is true, it will save it. If it's not, then it won't. So that's why it's called possibly save file, because it'll save it if save file is true. Again, I'm bad with names. Oops, go over the beginning. Possibly save file. Okay. We call save file or not. Oh yeah, and there's path, file path. So okay. Okay, so we're going to call this save or not up above. And then we're going to test and see if save file is true, and if it is, then we're going to save. So if then no else. If it's false, we're not going to save. We won't do anything. So okay. Logic equals variable get if save file. I said file save a second ago, didn't I? Equals true. Then, so we go down to file, And here we go. Text will be text from the main text box. The file name should be where'd it go? Where is it? Wait, did I not? Okay, let me double check something. Oh, it's the file path, okay. So I can just duplicate that. I guess I was getting ahead of myself. Save as we go. Reset variables, already saved, save file, and location. Okay. Procedure. This will reset everything once you start a new file or load a new file. Alright. Already saved will be reset to false. We can duplicate that. Change this to save file. Let's see. And I guess this location, okay. Variable set location to 0. Alright. I'm going to double check something super quick. I did not name this. That's why I couldn't find it. Let's see, I called it full name. Yeah, okay. Alright. Okay, 2 errors in my video, but just 2, so. Not worth doing this 31st take. Okay. Go back down here. Okay, I called this new or open because this will be called whether you're doing a brand new file or opening a different file. As you can see here, it sets the text box main. It'll either set it to blank if you're doing a new file or text that was read from whatever file you opened. And then the file name will either be the file name if you open a file, or if you click new, it'll be set to untitled again. So again, name it better than I do. That's something I really gotta work on. Let's see, make sure I do this the same way I did before. Yeah, new open. Okay. We have 2, and let's see what I name them. New text and new file name, okay. So we have 2 inputs. I'm making both lower, what the heck. Okay, so we will set the text from here. Try again, there we go. New text. And the file name. Okay. Okay, now we will go to save. Finally, getting back to actual procedures here. All this was just set up for save, open, and new. So we go click, button save. Okay. First we want to do is if the file name starts with an asterisk, we get rid of it. I did this a few different ways, and in the end, just starting off with this turned out to be the best way, works best. Control if then. And we're doing logic, so we'll do this. And we'll grab the variable. Make it variable. Weird. Don't know why I did that, but whatever. Okay. If starts with asterisk, there we go. Equals true. Then we will call remove asterisk, which will not only remove it, but starts with asterisk of false. Okay. Then we will call possibly save file, which, like I said, it'll check and see if it should automatically overwrite a file. If not, it'll give you the choice to manually overwrite or not. So, full name, okay. So procedure, possibly save file. Oh, wait a minute. That goes here. That gets called regardless of whether there's an asterisk or not. And then procedure, we want, where'd it go? Must be there, it is, full name. Save, that works. If you want to do a quick check, I guess, we can do this. Okay. Let's click, hello. Okay, try that again. Okay. Testing, there we go. Now, I'll save this. File exist overwrite. Oh, did I? Wait a minute. Oh, I guess it already exists. Okay. Sure, let's overwrite it. Now that's bizarre. Why, oh why, did it do that? Okay. 3 errors, because that happened when I got rid of the asterisk, but that's okay. I know what I did, too. Yeah. No? Oh, text box folder. There we go. That is supposed to be... Actually, I didn't need to get... Oh, wait a minute. We wanted text box file text. See, this is good to test as we go. All right. What was it? 3 errors. That's the max. I've reached my max error limit. No more errors after this, I swear. Yeah, right, you say. Oops, did I close? Okay. Okay. So let's try this again. We're going to go connect, refresh. Okay. Testing. 1, 2, 3, whatever. Save. Okay. That's much better. Okay. And if we go open, at the very bottom, untitled text. Okay, connect, refresh. All right. Let's see now. Okay, next will be new. Okay. So let's go. Button new is clicked. Okay. First we will just duplicate this whole block here. Okay. Then we will call this. And then I believe, yeah, we call new or open and reset the variables. Okay. So go to, back up here again, procedures, new or open. The new text, we'll just blank out what's in the text box. And we can just duplicate that. We'll Call this untitled, there we go, text. And then reset all the variables. Okay, save. Let's go. Oh, that looks like a mess. No, I don't want to override. It exists. I don't want to override. Boom. New, untitled. Of course, it was untitled before, so that's not a change, but whatever. If it was different, it would go back to untitled. All right. And last but not least. Okay. So we're going to set current file name. Okay, so the reason... Here, let me set it first, and then I'll tell you. The very last one is for if you've clicked open, you've chosen a file you want to open, and then you click select. Okay, we'll keep this blank for a sec. So, we're going to save the name that was in the file went into old name, and just enough to, or if you've chosen a different file, we're going to save the old name. So let's do that first. Okay, let's yeah. Well, actually, it's going to check in the old name if there's an asterisk and get rid of it if there is. That's pretty simple. Where's select? It's down here. There we go. Let's see, we're doing the yeah, old name. Okay. Okay. Then we will simply set old name. And text. We will replace this. And we're searching for this. And we're replacing it with this. Okay. Okay, so we're going to set the current file name to what's in the folder, and then the old name, the name that was in the file text box before something else was selected. All right. We're going to choose possibly save file using the current global name. Variable get current file name. Okay. We are going to hide the buttons and empty out the LV Explorer. So actually we can scroll all the way up here. Oh, where'd it go? Too far. There we are. Duplicate. Okay. Whoops, where'd it go? drag it to the bottom. I guess you could have just, whatever, it's fine. Okay. All right. So we're gonna hide everything and the buttons and the Explorer, and then now opening and reading from a file actually takes 2 steps. First, you call read from. Okay. So what you gotta do is go to File. And we're gonna use full name. So you're reading from the file that you selected, the folder and file combination that you selected. Okay, we reset the variables. Okay, so when you read from, it calls got text. So file, up here, after got text, and then what we're going to do is new or open, and we're going to use, here, I'll show you real quick, go back over here. Procedures, new open text. Okay, so the new text will be text here, get text. This is the text that was read from the file that you selected. The new file name will be old name. I know, it's called old. Anyway. And I'm blanking on something. Anyway, it works. Okay, so get old name. All right. And then, yeah, because you loaded text into the main text, it's going to change, and it's going to put an asterisk in front of the file name, but you don't want that because you haven't made any changes to it yet. You don't need, if you load, you can automatically open a different one or press new or close without having to resave if you don't change anything. So anyway, so it's going to check and see if there's a asterisk in the file name, and if there is, it'll get rid of it. And that's all we need to do. And everything works. If text contains, text will be the text box file name. Piece, of course, will be the asterisk. And if there is, and then we will simply call remove asterisk. And just like that, the whole program is done. You can play around, test it some more if you want. But that should be good. So, for the first time, I'm going to oh, maybe I can do anything at the moment. Oh, okay. It's telling me I'm missing something here. Okay, somehow I got that out. Anyway, just delete it. Okay. Don't know how that happened, but okay. Save this. And build an Android app. Alright, I'm recording this. I deleted the part where it gave me the errors when I tried to build, because I have successfully built since then. So just ending this on a positive note, whereas the last time was kind of a, oh crap, I gotta go through some troubleshooting. So next video will be a lot better, fingers crossed. Alright, so everything worked out, and oh, you can see here I'm putting together the videos, creating one last one, put on the end, and I'll string them all together and put out the video you're watching right now. So see you next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.